Hello, everybody. What the Flick? Alonso, Duralde, Ben Mankiewicz, Matt Atchity. The ABCs of Death.
Yes.
All 26 letters lovingly compiled. It's been available, and I guess will continue to be available on demand and opening theatrically this weekend.
Not lovingly compiled.
This is a movie that is a anthology film. There are 26 short films of varying length. Some are about 2-3 minutes long, only 5 minutes as long as anything gets. 26, maybe 28 different directors, because a couple people direct some films. Anyway, they're all about death. It's a bunch of different horror movies. The way that the horror genre is treated is in a bunch of different ways. The movie's kind of all over the place, but let's watch the trailer.
Your children will never know how this ended.
Why I hated this. I just want to get that out there earlier. Why it's just not enjoyable. I get that there are some
also,
very
we should make a note. Sue Grafton, nowhere near this.
That's true. Sue Grafton.
Nowhere near this.
That's a good point.
She should sue.
Right, because she owns the alphabet.
Yeah, she got the alphabet. She copyrighted the alphabet. It's not really. There are probably some very talented directors, and there's one that I liked in particular, but. And they're people who know what they're doing and shouldn't be dismissed merely because they participated in this. But I didn't find this to be in any way about death. This is about killing and gruesomeness. It's not like there was nothing in it. Like I actually thought, oh, this will be interesting. Maybe we'll look at, obviously there'll be some murders, but there's nothing even emotional. Like you don't care about anyone's death at all.
Yeah, none of these are amour.
No, none of these. Right.
But I would say that there were some interesting things. One of the things that I found that kind of made this watchable is that as much as there's a lot of really bad short films in here, at most they're like 5 minutes. So it's not like the movie we saw last night where you got to sit there for an hour and you're like, oh God, come on.
I liked the movie we saw last night 50 times.
But I will say, I thought that there were 3 or 4 real gems in here. Now I don't know that it's worth going to the theater, but it's on video on demand.
There
on Amazon.
There are a handful, I think, that work. I mean, any anthology film, you're kind of rolling the dice. I would say there are no more than 5 that I would say, yes, well done. Like if this were a freestanding short film that I saw at a festival or something, I'd say, oh yeah, that was great.
I got 2.
Which
wow.
2?
Well,
just say the letters.
Q.
Yeah.
Where they sort of broke the fourth wall, and they were sort of the directors put themselves in it, having to come up with it. And one other. And thank God Christy's not here to review this because she and I share this. I mean, so many about just horrible death and misfortune that happens in or around the toilet.
Well, some of them like B, for
T
instance.
is for toilet, by the way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Some of them, and B for Bigfoot, feel like they could have been coming out of Creepshow or Tales from the Crypt.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And some of the lesser Tales from the Crypt.
P, which is the other one I liked, is a woman who's got a very poor woman with 3 kids, and she's got to become a prostitute and the money,
right.
and then there comes a point where will she do something truly horrible for money, and that was interesting.
But
to
just
me.
the steps she even goes to get to that choice are so horrific.
And that there's no dialogue, I thought was very
made it more powerful.
well done.
Most of the ones with no dialogue felt like you couldn't get a writer. To me, that one worked. There were many with no dialogue, or certainly a handful, including.
And then there's Dave's favorite, F.
Oh God.
Which was F?
The Japanese schoolgirl.
Oh, come on.
That was ridiculous.
Horrific. It was so horrible.
Anyway, basically this is a very
hit and miss.
It's a mixed bag, and it's mostly mixed towards the not good.
Now I will say that for the fans the fans that are out there that like horror movies, there are some creative kills. I know that that's what people are interested in. Some of the stories are okay. But I think there's more misses than hits here.
But that's why
ultimately.
it wasn't the ABCs of death. That's why it is the ABCs of killing, which
and
is really what it was.
I think unless you're a super hardcore genre guy or gal who really loves this sort of thing,
no.
Yeah, and there's more than a few pieces. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, there's one that was called What the Fuck.
Yeah,
that's true.
Right.
Hey.
Right, yeah, I know, right.
We should sue.
Which I was initially charmed by, except then you realized you hated it.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible. All right, numbers, sir.
I'm going to give it a 3 because there's 3 pieces I liked.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 1.5.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm 4.5. I'm going to be
Wow, you're higher on this than I am.
generous.
There we go.
Just because I think there are the ones that work are
You know
effective.
what, I'm going to change my number then. I'm going to like a 5.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. All
That
right.
was too low.
All right. So so that still we average at a 3.5, which is not great. Again, unless you're just super a horror completist or
For
there's
those
some
that
director
like
here
that
that you
sort
want
of
to see
thing,
all theirs. Yeah,
that's the sort of thing they like.
Exactly. Otherwise, you'll live. How's it doing in Tomatoland?
It's at 50%.
Okay. So, anyway, enjoy or don't. See ya.
You won't.